You build a Docker image, everything is hard-coded. The text, the version, the base image, all frozen in stone. You want to change one word, you rewrite the Docker file. Today, I'll show you the instruction that makes your Docker file flexible and the trap that catches 90% of beginners who try to use it. Welcome back to the kingdom, Devops AI Kingdom DAT. This is image number 8 in our 100 Docker images, 0 to architect. I am Himanshu Gupta. Last time we combined entry point and CMD to build containers that behave like proper command line tools with fixed commands and flexible arguments. Today we learn ARG, the instruction that lets you customize your image in build time. One instruction, but it comes with a twist that trips up almost everyone. Let us get into it. Here's the plan. We build a fun little ASCII-banner generator using figlet again. First, we hard-coded everything and see the limitation. Then we add ARG to make the banner text configurable to the build time. We hit the trap, ARG disappearing at runtime, and we fix it with the ARG-to-ENV handoff pattern. Then we go advanced and use ARG before from to parameterize uh, uh, the base image itself. By the end, you will know exactly when to use ARG, when to use ENV, and how to combine them. Let us go. So we are inside our folder again. If you see, let's PWD, we are in Docker 0 to architect images folder. Let me list the content. We have all the folders for the previous seven images. Let's create a folder for the eighth image, which we are building. That is nkdir for creating a directory 008 ASCII banner. And let's get inside 008 ASCII banner. If you see, nothing is inside the image right now. So today we are building an ASCII banner generator. Figlet is a command line tool that takes plain text and turns it into big ASCII art letters. Perfect for a startup banner, containers greeting message, or just having fun with text. And perfect for learning ARG instruction because we want to make the banner text configurable without editing the Docker file every time. Every Docker file we have written so far has been static and every value hard coded. The base image, the packages, the text in our CMD, all of it baked in at the moment we write the file. If you want to change anything, you open the Docker file, edit the line, and rebuild it. That works for one image. It does not scale when you need 10 variants of the same image with different configurations. ARG changes that. ARG declare a build time variable. You give it a name, optionally a default value, and uh, then you reference it anywhere in your Docker file with $sign curly braces. When you run Docker build, you can pass it in a different value using hyphen hyphen build arg flag. Same Docker file, different output. This is the power. But there is a critical thing. ARG only exists during the build. The moment the build finishes and you have your image, every ARG value is gone, vanished. It does not ex- uh, exist inside the running container. This is the number one source of confusion with ARG. People set an ARG, try to use it in CMD, and wonder why it is empty. We are going to see the exact failure today, and then we are going to fix it properly. Let's get started and create our Docker file. Docker file. Okay. And put the insert mode and So let me walk through this image first. There is a first line is a from Alpine 3.20, a lightweight base image. Then we in the second we are using the ARG argument, like ARG-banner text equals to Hello Kingdom. Okay, and so we declare a build time variable that is banner text, that is a build time variable with a default value hello kingdom. Then the third line is run apk add no cache figlet. uh, it install the figlet package, and then final line is cmd figlet banner.txt. So this will run, the last line will run figlet with one variable as an input. Okay, so let's build our image, save this file with WQ, and then uh, for building our image, we use docker build -t ascii-banner d0.1. That's the name and tag of our image, and using the build context. Okay, now let us run the container out of it. Docker run -rm ascii-banner 0.1. Look at the output. No banner text. Figlet run, but the variable was empty. It printed nothing because we did not provide anything uh, there. Or maybe just a blank line. The command executed, but banner text was gone. Now, this is the trap, and this is the single most important thing to understand about ARG. ARG lives only during the build process. When the Docker is executing your Dockerfile instruction, like from, run, copy, ARG is there. You can use it, but CMD does not run during the build. CMD runs when you start a container from the finished image. By that time, the build is over, has evaporated. The variable does not exist. So Figlet receives an empty string and prints nothing. Think of it like a scaffolding on the building. So the scaffolding is there while the building is being constructed. Workers use it every day. But once the building is finished, the scaffolding comes down. If someone shows up to the finished building looking for the scaffolding, it is gone. ARG is the scaffolding. ENV is the permanent infrastructure. So, how do we get our building time value into the running container? We hand it off to the ENV. So let me use this pattern, learn it because you will use it constantly in production Dockerfile. Let us update our Dockerfile first again. So let me update from here. Let me save it. Uh, it will be easy to update the file from Visual Studio. Let's replace the content. Add one more line called below figlet, that is env display. Save it. The key line is env display text, which is equals to banner text. Okay. Uh, During the build, ARG banner text has a value. So when we are building, this banner text has some value. We capture that value into an env variable. Okay. And which we called it as a display text. So we created the banner text. It has some value called hello kingdom, and then we put that value to the display text as a env. Okay. Now env variable persists into the running container also. So they are permanent runtime, not the temporary visitors like ARG. So when CMD runs figlet with $sign display test, the value is there. So we'll update this also with display text. And so the value will be there. This is called the ARG to ENV handoff. ARG carries the value in, ENV keeps it alive. Let us build this time again. Okay. So image has been built. Let's run it again. So docker run -rm ascii-banner 0.1. And here, there it is, Hello Kingdom in a big ASCII letters. The default value flowed from ARG through ENV into CMD at runtime. The handoff works. Now, let's see the real power. Let us build the same Dockerfile with different banner without changing a single line. Okay, so we already built our Dockerfile. Let's clear it. Now we are using a Docker, building an image with Docker build argument at runtime, that is banner text equals to Docker rules. Okay, then enter it. Now the build argument flag override here. The build argument flag overrides the default value of banner text. Okay, same Docker file, different input, and run it. So let's run a Docker file with a different text, and you see Docker rules. In giant ASCII art, one Docker file, two different images, two different outputs, no file editing required. Let us build one more just to prove the point. Okay, so let's using instead of Docker rules, we update banner text with DAC. So we are updating this banner text with DAC on the fly while building the image. Let's run it, and uh, let's run the container, and we put tag as DAC. Okay, here you see we are inside DAC right now. So Devops AI Kingdom, DAC abbreviation, and giant letters. You can build 100 variants from this one Docker file. That is what ARG gives you, flexibility at a build time. So now here is the bonus. Because we used ARG to ENV handoff, we have an ENV variable called display text in our image, and ENV variable can overridden at runtime with the flag E like dash E flag. So let's see how it will be done. So we are running again Docker run with -a display text is live override. Okay. Earlier we changed, we updated banner text. Now we are updating env variable with which has value banner text, but now it override our DAC from live override. So you will see live override. Even though the image was built with Docker rules, we changed the text container start time using -e. The -e flag sets an environment variable inside the running container, overriding whatever was backed in. Okay, so now you have two levels of flexibility. ARG lets you customize at build time. ENV with -e lets you customize at runtime. And the handoff pattern connects them. This is production pattern you will see in real world Dockerfile everywhere. ARG for build time defaults and ENV for runtime configurability. Now let us go one level deeper. What if you want to parameterize the base image itself? Not just the banner text, but which version of Alpine to use. Okay, so uh, we are going to replace the contain in a Docker file. Let's move to the Docker file again. And let's make our Alpine with A as an argument, ARG. And then uh, let's remove this from. So notice something different here. The first ARG is above from. This is the only way to parameterize the base image tag. Docker processes ARG before from specifically for this purpose. So you can make the base image version configurable. Okay. So, but here is the catch. And this one bites people hard. After from all ARG values reset, gone. The ARG you declared above from does not carry through. This is why we declare ARG banner text again after the from, uh, like after from. And if you did not declare it, the banner text would be empty inside the build stage. Think of from as a wall. ARG values declare on one side of that wall, do not cross the other side. The only ARG that works above from is the one used in from line itself. Everything else needs to be redeclared below. So let me prove the base image selection works or not. Let me save it. Uh, Clear and let's run Docker build ARG. That is Alpine version we are giving here. Because we are overriding Alpine version at build time, so 3.19 instead of 3.20, and then build ARG banner text equals to Alpine banner text. We are updating again. Let's enter it. Build an image, then run it with different tag. Okay, so we just built the same application on Alpine 1.39 instead of 3.20. Oh, sorry, 3.19 instead of 3.20 with a custom banner. Okay, all from command line flags. No Docker file changes. In CI/CD pipeline, this is gold. Your pipeline can build the same Docker file against multiple base image versions with a simple loop. Now build one with default to confirm those still works. So let's just build without giving any arguments. So cool, and run it. You see Hello Kingdom again, which is our base image. Nothing changed. So let us visualize what we built through lazydocker again. That's a good practice. Every time we uh, build the image, lazydocker. Now navigate to the images and ascii-banner. Now go to like ascii-banner 0.3, where it is. Okay, this one. So see the banner Alpine 318, different base image layers in both of this. And because one is Alpine 3.19, another is 3.20. If you see here, it's 3.20. And if you see in this image, it's 3.19. Okay, but the same application layer on top, same Docker file, different foundation. That is the power of ARG before from. So let's queue for out of the lazy Docker. Now let us look at the Docker history also. So Docker history and clear. Now you can see the layers, the base Alpine layer, the run APK add layer where figlet was installed, the ENV layer where display text was set, and the CMD layer. Notice that ARG does not create a visible layer in the history. ARG is metadata for build process, not a file system change. ENV does show up because it modifies the container's environment configuration. Do we can run Docker history for 3.19 image, same structure, different base layer. The APK add layer might be slightly different in size because Alpine 3.19 and 3.20 have slightly different package versions, but the pattern is identical. Let's save it. For that, git add hyphen a everything, and then git commit hyphen m with message like what this image is for. So, and then get push to our remote repository in GitHub. Logged in. So now the interview question. The interviewer asks, what is the difference between ARG and ENV in Dockerfile? Here's the answer that shows you really understand Docker. ARG and ENV both defines variables in Dockerfile, but they serve different purposes and have different lifetimes. ARG is a build time variable. It exists only while Docker is building the image. You set it with hyphen hyphen build ARG flag on the Docker build command. Once the build finishes, the ARG value is gone. It does not exist in the runtime container. ENV is the runtime variable. It is backed into the image metadata and persists into every container started from that image. It can also be overridden at runtime with the hyphen E flag on Docker run. The common production pattern in the ARG to ENV handoff, where you declare an ARG argument with a default and then assign its value to ENV. This gives us build time flexibility through ARG and runtime persistent through ENV. One more detail, ARG declares before from statement is the only way to parameterize the base image tag, but it scopes resets after the from instruction. So any ARG needed inside the build stage must be declared after FROM. That answer covers scope, lifetime, handoff pattern, and from reset behavior. That is four concepts in one answer. That is what interviewer remembers. Now let's recap on our finger. First, ARG declares a build time variable. It exists only during Docker build and vanishes after. Second, ENV declares a runtime variable. It persists into the container and can be overridden with -e. Third, the ARG to ENV handoff is the production pattern. ARG carries the value in, and ENV keeps it alive. Fourth, the ARG before from parameterize the base image, but values reset after from redeclare what you need. Fifth, hyphen build hyphen arg on the command line overrides arg, that is argument defaults, same Docker file, different outputs. Now the homework: take our final Docker file. Let's say add a single argument called font style with a default of standard. uh, Use it in CMD like figlet -f $sign, a font style $sign, uh, display text. Build three images with different fonts, try standard, slant, and banner. Run all three, compare the output, post your favorite in the comments. Next time, we have image 9. Every container you have built so far prints the terminal. But where do those messages actually go? That is Docker logs, std out, and the logging philosophy that separates amateur from architects. That is next. If this helps, subscribe and join the kingdom. DAC 100 images, one concept at a time. We are 8 deep, and the foundation is getting rock solid. Don't be sane, be better. Always remember.